The weekend started off with the rifle team at NRA Sectionals in Philadelphia. They scored a composite 46-28. Then down in the city, the track and field teams took part in NYRR College Night. The men finished second out of 9 teams, while the women were 6th out of 12. Moving to Saturday, it was senior day in Crandall Pool, as both teams took on Lafayette and Colgate. The men won both, defeating the Leopards 189-108 and the Raiders 182-89. The women split the pair, defeating Lafayette 224.5 to 75.5 and losing to Colgate 214 to 86. Women's basketball was in Washington, D.C., where they fell to American 45-42. And the men's basketball team picked up a Patriot League win. They defeated the Eagles 77-74. Army was led by freshman Kyle Wilson, who finished with 20 points. And closing out Saturday was hockey, taking on Canadian rival RMC. The Black Knights picked up the 4-1 win over the Canadian Military Academy. Sunday saw Rifle lose to Jacksonville State, but beat Ole Miss here in West Point, while the Army wrestling team faced off against a pair of Ivy League contenders. The Black Knights fell to Harvard 23-16, but beat Brown 29-9. Both the tennis teams spent the weekend at invitationals. Army hosted the Army Challenge, while women's tennis went to Cornell. And then coming up this weekend around West Point, women's tennis hosts a pair of teams on Friday. We'll see Binghamton at 3 and Sacred Heart at 7. Gymnastics will take part in the West Point Open. Things get started in Crystal Arena at 7 p.m. Saturday, the Army Rifle Team takes on Navy in Tronsrue Marksmanship Center. Things get started at 9 o'clock. Wrestling, just across the way in Gillis Fieldhouse, will take part in the All-Academy Championships. That's at 10 a.m. Women's tennis sees Seton Hall and Lichtenberg Tennis Center at 11. And then gymnastics closes out the West Point Open in Crystal Arena at 7 p.m. And Sunday, February 3rd, the women's track and field team takes on Navy in Gillis Fieldhouse. That's at 12 p.m. Men's hoops will see Lehigh in Crystal Arena at 1. And the men's track and field team will take on the Mids in Gillis Fieldhouse. That one's set for 3:30 p.m. And that's your look around Army athletics. I'm Heath Trabue with your West Point Sports Flash.